Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Olays and welcome back to Forever Stranded. In the last episode, we started setting up this guy, which is our animal farm, and I have continued working on it, making 3 layers so that we can have more animals and whatnot. We also started fishing with a fishing net. We've only got an octopus so far. That's taken a while to actually do anything, so hopefully we'll get some actual raw fish here soon. Between episodes, I worked a little bit on the wiring down here. This is a big job, and I just didn't feel like doing it quite yet. I'm running a little bit behind today, so this episode's actually going to be late, but oh well. I still need to get things done, and so I didn't do all the things I should have, but I do believe... Yeah, I made 2 more 16K storage cells, and these guys will go in here, and let's take 2 of these guys out and transfer the data, because this is the other thing we did, and we can start just kind of removing all of these things and start making more of the higher tier cells and whatnot. So like I could throw those in there and just make 1 more of these. We need a little bit more glass, but I did set up the alloy smelter, and so we should be able to tell it to make glass fairly easily. I want to do furnace only for that for right now. We'll see about making other things later, but if we take sand, we should be able to... I just want to make 1 of those. Okay. We should be able to go here. Excuse me. And do that. And that. And I will be right back. Sorry about that. I had something caught in my throat and I could not speak, or else I was going to cough. Anyways, we tell the system how to make glass. That's easy enough, and then we should be able to make 1 of these pretty simply. And that will give us the first part. We have 5 housings. So once that's done, what's it making? It's trying to make glass. It is... Oh, I forgot to set this up. There we go. That'll be just fine. And there is the 16K. We can do that. No problem. And then I'm going to put the 16Ks down here. And we'll just eventually get enough of those that we don't have to worry about anything. So, I will continue doing that between episodes. The other thing I want to go ahead and do right now is let's go ahead and spawn in a couple of sheep and pigs. We'll grab some carrots and some wheat, and we'll manually breed these guys for now. So pigs, get the carrots, and sheeps, get the wheat. And then the top one, if we decide to use it, will be for chickens. So the other thing we can go ahead and do, we can go ahead and fill that up with wheat. These animals are also dropping, I forgot to fill those holes back in. The animals are also dropping dung, which is better with mods. It can be used for things like brown dye, rather. So, not necessarily the most useful of things, but is a thing we can use. So, the plan for today, I want to start working on getting rocketry done and setting up this room a little bit so that we can make the machines and everything we want and go from there. So first thing we're gonna do is get rid of all of these things, and we're gonna make a rolling machine. That is the first plan, and we're gonna basically automate this as best we can. So let's look at the hollow machine, the hollow projector, and we want a rolling machine. This is going to allow us to make various things. And there is the full machine. So is there a way to rotate it? If I put it like this, I want it to face this way. Okay, so I've got to look at it from like here. And I think I want that block. Okay. That's the front of it. So we're probably going to want, let's see, what is those? Iridium, the coils, machine structures, more coils. Okay, so that's not too bad. What's that? Fluid input, power input. Yeah, we're going to want it the other way around, I think. So something like that. Or do we want it like that? I think that'll be fine. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. We have some of these machines already. So like the rolling machine itself, I don't think I can... Okay, I can place it there. I believe it requires a fluid input. Requires an input hatch, an output hatch, some machine structures. Let's scroll that. So that is a coil. We'll just go ahead and put a copper coil there. This one requires a motor. Let's just make a regular motor. Actually, this copper coil can go there. You can put the motor like so. Nope. I don't think it matters too much, but I want it to look nice. And get rid of that so we can see what all we're going to need. And we'll just do one of those for now. So machine structures, we're going to need a lot of those. And so machine structures looks like something to make automatically, as well as input, output hatches, and power. So we need the power input. Okay. And coils. Okay. So let's get that stuff working on. So first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to need to make more blank patterns. Can we make 10 more of those? We certainly can. And so machine structures. These are iron plates. Alright, let's just do it that way. Okay, and that's a pretty simple crafting recipe, so that's easy enough. So can we make any? We have 9 more, so we'll use those. Let's see, what else? The inputs. Let's just look up hatch, because I think that'll be the best way. So we have 7 of those. Input hatches. We can make like that. Output hatches are like so. Fluid input. Fluid output. And then power is probably the last thing that we'll need. Power input. But we'll need to make the small batteries first. And then do that. Perfect. So, bunch of things we just made, but that's fine. That's kind of what we need to do anyways. We can put all of this stuff here. Anything else we can kind of make as needed. So, what all do we need for this guy? We're going to need another coil, another of both the hatches, and then just the other stuff. So we're gonna need a coil. Is that something we should probably make? Copper coil, gold coil. Just make a copper coil. I think we have a lot of... Oh yeah, we have a lot of copper. You know, let's go ahead and teach the system how to make that. And I almost want to tell it how to make motors if that's not too complicated as well. No, that's not too bad. We just need steel rods. So we just need more steel. And that's the problem. Whoa, a little bit of lag. Do we have more steel in here? No. So the next question is, what's the best way to get steel? We can make it in the electric arc furnace. Once we make that, that takes 1 RF per tick, so it's about 600 RF. That's not too bad. Blast furnace. Let's see, extreme reactors. Please tell me there's the iron. Nope. Steel dust is made from other types of steels. Let's see. Immersive engineering. Haha, there's a recipe. So iron and pulverized coal. More fish that we can't really use. So iron and coal. Go ahead and start pulverizing that. And then in here we can just start working on that. And we'll get some of this stuff taken care of soon enough. So the last thing that we're going to need probably is the motor. Everything else is not too bad. We'll teach the system how to make steel plates later. I didn't mean to do that. We're going to need that copper coil. It's just here. We're going to want to teach the system how to make that after making these guys. Alright, so that should be good enough for now. And we've decided that we don't need this stuff later. We can adjust. So we'll continue making some steel while we do other things. And let's just get all this stuff taken care of. So we're going to need the machine frames. Here. These two places. Here. We're going to need another coil here, and then the input-output hatches. So those are pretty easy. So we're going to need, I think we can just get 2 inputs, and that will work just fine. Because what we can do is we can actually just convert one to an output hatch, and it works just the same. So we can actually save some recipes there, but it's not that big of a deal. And now, is this online? Perfect. So this is the rolling machine. It's going to be pretty slow. We can turn it on or off. We need to get power to it. That's going to be fun. I almost... How bad is a tesseract? There is no tesseracts. Wireless energy. Max transfer 80 RF per tick. That's not very good. Let's see. Nodes. Nope. I wondered, by the way, if there is any bonsai tree. No. Okay. I just wanted to check. Make sure the bonsai trees was not in this mod pack. I didn't think it was, but I wanted to verify. So we're just going to need to get power basically everywhere in this base. And that's going to be fun. But this is the rolling machine. It is up and running. and it looks great. It actually looks really cool. I will say the textures for this stuff just looks amazing. So this is the output hatch. You can still see what they are, which is also nice. So here's an input hatch. I don't know that we need fluids. Looks like water. So we'll need to get water here as well as power, and then items. Okay, but that's the first machine set up. The rolling machine will make plates for us, as well as I think some other things. So the rolling machine makes tanks from sheets, which we can also get from the rolling machine. It will make all the different plates and sheets that we'll need for anything else, and that's all it makes. But that's all it needs to make. So there's other ways to get plates, but I figured let's go ahead and set that guy up, because why not? So let's get rid of that. Let's fill that back up. Place this stuff. Get some more steel and whatnot. So we're going to have to figure out something for power. Now I know that there is a thing from Ender.io, which is, it's not called wireless. What is it called? Dimensional. Teleporter turret, quantum quarry. Okay, so dimensional transceiver is another thing we can do. But this thing is expensive and it also uses power, so I don't really want to. I think we'll just be better making a bunch of conduits. So I can easily tell the system to make a bunch of those once we teach the system how to make gravel and all that kind of stuff. So it's not too much of a concern. Because we have a sag mill, we can teach it how to make gravel pretty easily. So cobblestone turns into gravel, which I don't know that we have any in there. So let's just come down here, steal one from here, and yeah, that'll be fine. So I believe, anyways, if we look at the recipe for gravel, in the sag mill, yep, cobblestone turns into gravel, and we can encode that. Go down to the sag mill. There we go. So now all we would need to do is set up some sort of cobblestone generation, which we could do right here. And you know what? I don't know that we're gonna need the rolling machine quite yet. Once we do, we'll get that set up. But conduits is all we really need to do with that. So we'll worry about it later. Let's just proceed to build some more machines. So we also have the lathe that we can make. Now the lathe is used to turn things into rods. And then the rods are used, so this is a good way to get steel rods, which are used for a lot of things. But we can also get those, we can do other things to get that. So I don't know that we need that up right now. So let's look at something else instead. The electric arc furnace is something else that would be nice. I know we need the rolling machine. We'll probably end up making all the machines because why not? But I know for a fact we'll need the rolling machine because of the oxygen tanks. So let's just kind of clean this up a little bit. And let's take a look at our quest line and see what else we're going to need to make. We're going to need to make the... okay, we're going to need to make a crystallizer. This is important, so let's go ahead and start making that. And that will be a good kind of little progress to do for today. So we're going to need a quartz crucible. Let's go ahead and switch to this, to the crystallizer. And then if you hover over it, you can see exactly what you need to make. So we're going to need some coils, and all this wants us to make is the quartz crucible and a crystallizer. So let's go ahead and just do those, and then we'll get all the stuff for it and go build it. So quartz crucible, we just need a cauldron. And there we go. Let's put this stuff away for now. And then the crystallizer itself. Let's see, where is it? Right there. This guy is kind of complicated. We're going to need a machine structure, so let's tell the system to make some of those. We're missing iron rods. Oh, okay, so that's something we can probably end up making. I'm sure it's just 2 pieces of iron. Yep. So once we have some blank patterns, we can do that. And I'm going to need to expand the assemblers pretty badly. So let's just get a single machine. No crafting CPUs are available. Oh, right, because we only have 1 right now. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's just go ahead and craft it manually. So, iron. There we go. We'll put 1 of those in there. So that's that. We have the steel plate. We're going to need a control circuit board. We're also going to need item IO and 2 repeaters. 1, 2, 3, 4. To get 2 repeaters. And your user interface. Forgot about that part. Okay, so there's the crystallizer. So that should be a quest completed. And now we need to get silicone boils. So, buell, however you pronounce that. Okay, so I know what these are. I know kind of the whole process with them. I'm familiar with these things. And I still don't know how to pronounce them correctly. I think it's a buell. But I don't know. Doesn't matter. So anyways, what do we need? We need the crystallizer, an input plug. So power. Make 1 of those. Here, take some of these. How many machine frames do we need? Or machine... Oh, we just need 6 crucibles. Okay, so that's not bad. There goes my voice again. Okay, so we need a power. We need 1 of these. We're going to need 5 more cauldrons. So let's come down here. Get the quartz crucible. And we need 5 more of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. There's all 6 of those. We're going to need 2 coils, an input and an output. Okay. So copper coils times 2. And then input times 2. And I think I will actually take out the... So 1, we can put these blank patterns in, and then I'm going to take out the... See, those are the inputs. I'm going to take out the outputs because we don't really need those. We can just make them as needed, like so. In fact, let's do that. So that should be everything. Now let's come down here. Where are we putting the crystallizer? Right there. So that's going to move over a block, or 2 blocks actually. So it's going to be up until right here. Okay, that's fine actually. We can keep this where it's at. Okay, so crystallizer. We'll put it there. And okay, that's easy enough. So crystallizer goes in the middle. We have an input hatch, output hatch, the coils, power input, and then the crucibles. And we right click it, and there we go. So that's not too bad. So we have output, input, that's fine. And then the power will go right here. So this guy we actually need to use to get a silicon bowl. And I'm probably pronouncing that differently every single time I say something, but it requires a silicon ingot and a silicon nugget. Now the ingots we can get from the arc furnace. So I think we might need to make that before we continue on. Otherwise the silicon dust. And then the nuggets. Okay, so we're going to need to make the arc furnace, which we're going to need to do anyway, so let's get that one taken care of. So let's get this motor. I don't know if we need the motor for the arc furnace, so let's get that one up. Now we've already completed the quest for the arc furnace, so we just need to build it. And it requires electric arc furnace. We have input plug times 3. So we need 3 power inputs. Easy enough. There we go. Let's grab all of this stuff. Finish making as much steel as possible. Let's also take another stack of coal, because why not? And grind it down. We can get rid of this stuff, as well as the machine structures and the motors until we need it. So what else do we need? Coils times 3. And then the fun part. Heat-proof bricks. And I don't remember how to make those. So do we have any? We have 15 of these heat-proof bricks. We need 72. And then input hatch, output hatch, or a heat-proof brick times 11. So we're going to get an input, output. So we'll get 2 inputs. And I believe the rest of them can be, we'll turn 1 into an output. And then we're going to need 9 more of the heat-proof, and then 72. So I don't remember how to make these. That is something we're going to need to look up. The heat-proof bricks are made with bricks. Okay, that's not too bad. So we just need a bunch of clay. And we just cook it up. So I have to punch it with my hand because silk touch on the shovel kind of backfires sometimes, but there's 16. So a stack is 4 recipes of this, which is let's see, 4 recipes, that's 16 bricks. So that's going to give us so we need a stack of clay. Let's just take all of this clay, and let's take a, do we have a shovel? We do. Just use the wooden shovel, why not? And we can always get more of this stuff, especially once we start using a resource generator. Or resource or miner. Apologies. I misspoke on that one. But once we start using that, then we'll be able to kind of make as much resources as we want. And it doesn't really matter. And the reason I'm using this wooden shovel is just to use it up. I don't have a use for it otherwise, so might as well use it. It's not as fast as the diamond one would be, but it's fast enough. Faster than our hands, so who cares? So what is 64 to 72? That is another 8. So we're still going to need 16 more, so just a stack of that stuff cooked up. There's the bricks. And there's 16. So we need to do all of this anyway, so let's just come down here and start setting this guy up. While we wait for the bricks to cook. We'll break that for right now. We'll put it on there. And get the arc furnace set up as well. So these machines are all really cool looking, I have to say. And once we have them kind of set up, doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's actually really nice. It doesn't really matter where they're at. to be honest. We can always move them. We can break them and move them. It's not a problem. And just kind of adjust things as needed. So these all have to be heat-proof bricks. And we go up a level. We have a heat-proof brick. Now all of these can be input, outputs, or heat-proof. I would like these to be heat-proof. And we'll need more, but we're going to use, let's see, input, output. That looks good. And everything else can be heat-proof bricks. Doesn't actually matter. So this is where you can have the options of what you want to use. And that's actually really cool. Alright, so that stuff looks fine. One of these days I'll have a nice renewable source of food that I don't have to worry about for much of anything. Just make some more bricks. Do that. So there's 16 more. We can continue working. And yeah, this thing is a pretty massive structure, which is kind of to be expected. Real life, whatchamacallits, real life, what are these called? Arc furnaces are fairly large. So next one is more heat-proof bricks. And then after that we have some of the coils. And then here is the power. And hopefully those are all heat-proof bricks. Okay, so where's the controller go? Unfortunately, the controller looks very similar to the rest of the machine. So it might be it's got to be one of these spots. Input hatch, output hatch. We'll just keep breaking things until it's got to be in the middle. That's the only thing I can figure. Heat-proof brick. Oh, right there it is. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. Okay, so I'd either want the like main controller to be there, or on the other side over here would be fine as well. But where it's at is perfectly acceptable to me. Alright, so let's get that layer on, because that's going to be the most important layer to figure out. And we should have most, if not the rest of the bricks we are going to need. And we can get this guy set up. Now, I don't think we're going to get power to him quite yet, but we can start at least getting the machine set up, and then I can set up the room and all that kind of fun stuff as we go, aka later, aka hopefully before the next episode. So I've got a lot of work to do in this series with just kind of setting up systems and whatnot, but this is actually not too bad. We run power up through the top. Once I get this system reworked and get things moved, like I need to move this whole thing, that's going to be a pain, but it's not going to be too bad. It's going to make things a little bit easier for me. So we're going to need more magma cream. So we need slime. And we can always get more slime, which is pretty nice. And then blaze powder, which we have plenty of. Let's just combine these. And is this done? That is done as well. So we can make more steel. Simply, anyways. So there we go. Half a stack more. Throw all that stuff away. Alright, cool. So this should be everything else we need. 3's there. And just fill in the top. Right click this guy. Oh, and it's already set up. Cool. So we'll put some torches on the corners. Make things nice and lit up. But that is all we need to do. And so we can turn that on, turn it off, like all these other machines. And yeah, we have enough space for power. Perfect. So now we can start making the silicon bowls. The silicon ingots rather, and then make the bowls here. Bowls, however you say it. And then we can put the lathe down, and we can move the cutting machine over. I don't know what else we're going to need. Yeah, we're going to need the cutting wafers. This thing is required to cut the silicon into wafers to be used. And then I don't know what we're going to need after that. We'll probably need some more stuff. I think one of the things we're going to need is an electrolyzer or a chemical reactor. We're going to need some stuff like that. So hopefully they're not too big and we can kind of put them all in that room. If not, we'll make the room bigger. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Next time, I think, you know what, real quick, let's kill some cows. This doesn't have looting or anything, does it? No. We have a lot of cows. So let's just kill the cows. And we need, like, how much? Creating life. How many? 20. Okay. So let's put this down where I can see it. And this is also going to give us leather. And stop running around or I'm going to hit one of your friends. That's not a threat, that's just what's going to happen. Alright, so there is the 20 beef that we're going to need. As well as we need 10 bones. I think we can handle that. So that is the quest for the dogs. We can claim that. Put that away. And for the ocelot, we need 8 fish. I doubt we have that. Can we turn these into normal fish? Hey, we can. So we're at like 4. Don't really need the... we can't change... Raw octopus is a large meal? Huh. It doesn't seem very good. Okay, well, whatever. We'll put the octopus back. And fish. So, basically, we just need to wait for fishies. And we'll be good to go with the ocelot quest. So, I think next time what we're going to do, I am going to attempt to get some more stuff done in regards to applied energistics and bringing power and all that kind of stuff over here, which we are more than capable of doing now. We'll probably need another alloy smelter at some point, which we could probably put, who knows, we'll put probably along this line. I don't know if we're going to have much here. I think this is actually going to be like that. And we're going to have a 3x3 door. So we can put some stuff over here. This guy I'd like to move in the corner. And these guys are going to be pretty major. We'll probably make more of those. Get that guy against the... probably this side. With the drives here. That would work. We can put more machines here if we want. Like starting here and here. So, lots of things we can do, and I'm going to work on that. A lot of it's just kind of tedious work, rearranging things, moving things, whatnot. Eventually, we'll have to move all this stuff, which we have almost 2 stacks of dirt in there, which is nice. I don't know that I'm going to use the dirt for out there yet. I haven't decided. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next time, like I said, more rocketry, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode.